Of course you didn't get the stupid health. Get it. Okay. Shit balls. What, really? This shit is happening to me now. It's never happened to me before.
Sure runs away a lot.
Well, the first time. First footage we ever saw Sly for. Besides that, trailer thing. Damn it. Shoot. I always think he's gonna do that. Every time he brings that sword up, I always think he's gonna do that. Never stop to think that maybe he's gonna, you know, electrocute me or something. It's just a learned condition, I guess. Shit. See? There's no way for me to dodge that at all. Now, you gonna run again? Yep.
Hey, Cooper! How do you like my crane style?
I don't
Back
know
here,
what's
ass
scary,
boy.
El Jefe or his lame jokes.
Back here, fuck boy.
Maybe if I had some cat that could stop running away.
You got no
Rizan didn't run this much.
ring-tailed rat!
You stripe-tailed rat,
To get rid of it, just
coward,
came
punk
back.
ass.
Why won't you quit?
Why won't you die? That's the best thing to do is just stand in front of him when he does that. Damn it.
How do you like my cane style?
Yes, Sly. Okay, see, no. No, damn it, I didn't even mean to press that stupid button.
Why won't you quit?
Are you serious? Are you freaking serious right now? I didn't even mean to press that button. Shit, I'm so... Christ. These loose-ass controls, just for no reason, too.
How do you like my cane style?
You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. So fucking sick of this shit. You see it again? Go back the hell where you came from, you son of a bitch. Believe it. when you fuck with Sly. You go to hell. Straight to it, too. They're just gonna leave his corpse there to burn. That's awesome. Oh damn. They just had to drop that, didn't they? Damn. That's some cool shit.
El Jefe was defeated, disgraced, and delivered to the cops.
Oh crap, I thought he
But
died.
it was a hollow victory. I failed to get back Ryuichi's
Just so he can come back
Still
and
had no
Sly
idea
5
what was
and
really
kill all of
behind
them.
this whole thing. One thing was for sure, it was somebody powerful enough to have his own private army. We contacted Dimitri for an update on the Thieves Raccoonus, and it looked like Tennessee Kid Cooper needed our help next. That meant we needed to travel back to the 1880s. Luckily, one of the goons that took Ryuichi's king had dropped what looked like an old sheriff's badge. Bentley had been trying to figure out where it might be from, but now it all made sense. After sampling the badge, Bentley was able to calibrate the time machine.
Calibration.
As we prepared to make the jump back
Too
to
bad
the Old
Garrus
West,
isn't in this game.
I found myself wondering how Carmelita was doing.
So I guess this is the second time Carmelita didn't show up and try to rescue all. First time was Bloodbath Bay and Sly 4. Sly said so himself. He didn't say shit about it here. But I remember. 'Cause I was there from the start. And this is the longest level in the entire game. Sure felt like it, though I'm not sure if it actually is. It really did feel like it. Thought I was gonna hate the shit out of it because it looked like the Australia level in Sly 3 and I hated that thing. But it's not so bad. Pretty cool. And Tennessee is awesome to play as.
We arrived in the Wild West, looking for my ancestor, Tennessee Kid Cooper. A legendary outlaw whose bank robberies were some of the most daring in Cooper lore. When we arrived, it took some time to locate him. But we eventually found him. In prison. His arrest was the handiwork of the local sheriff, who had celebrated by posting his own picture all over town. Talk about an ego. We needed to bust Tennessee out of jail. But after some furious calculations, Bentley determined that the best way to do that was from the inside. For the first time in my career, I was going to have to let the law catch me.
Sure,
This
the first
could be
time.
a real challenge.
He had to let them. And Sly 2 didn't let them. It took them. Go west, young raccoon. Go and fulfill your destiny. Mr. Cooper. Savior of the time-space continuum. You can travel to previous time periods using advanced time periods. I know. I played this game before. Yeah, too bad I didn't fucking click to come over here. I can't replay a job because I haven't done shit. Let's go do shit now, then. Let's go do shit now, right after we check this out. Nope, don't need any of this. Nope. Shit, I only got 95 coins anyway. Let's get out of here. Ancient nemesis of the Cooper clan, Clockwork. Yeah. I Apparently clockwork shows up in every level in this game at some point. One particular point in every level, he shows up at a particular spot and time. I was able to find him in Japan and the medieval England level, which doesn't come till way late in the game. It's my favorite level too. Let me try to find a clockwork here in this level. And there's trains and everything in this level. She doesn't look a lot like Destroya. That's why I fucking hated that.
Why? They're already rigging a noose for Tennessee, so we don't have time for a complicated plan. All my data points to one thing. The quickest route inside that prison is to get yourself arrested.
Get myself arrested? I trust you, Bentley, but I'm not sure about getting locked up in this town.
Sorry, Sly. It's the only way we're gonna reach Tennessee in time. There's just one problem. They're holding Kid Cooper in the maximum security wing. To get yourself thrown in there, you're gonna have to gain outlaw status. So you need to make sure you build a rep before they catch you. Otherwise, they'll throw you in with the common criminals.
You mean like jaywalkers and litterbugs? Not gonna happen.
Well, around these parts, it's probably more like goat thieves and tobacco spinners.
I miss
But
when you
get
can
the
move
point.
their heads in Sly 1.
For starters, why don't you try defacing all those posters of the sheriff around town? That ought to put a burr under his saddle. Get it? Because we're in the Old West? Well, anyway, I'll just let you get started.
Very fine. Real slow up in this bitch.
Find a poster, make it look goofy, and move on. Just like junior high.
Very nice.
I never took that shit in middle school.
Not for
Wow,
sale.
fuck.
It's Beauty Greenhorn.
Hate these guys in this mission. I mean, this level. They all have miniguns and pistols. Dudes walking around with big ass miniguns on their backs, strapped to their backs. Fuck this train too. Every time I try to grab onto it, Sly ends up doing that or getting hit. Tennessee, on the other hand.
I bet the original artist damaged his vision staring at this guy.
I like it, Sly.
Let's hope so. I call it counterfeit courage.
Nope, no. Blue bottle. Another blue bottle.
If I was as homely as this guy, I would not hang my picture everywhere.
Excellent work, Sly.
I wish I could tear them down. Here's Weakling of the West.
Biggest pussy in the West. This guy. Thank you. Thank you kindly, Megatsa.
I don't think vain begins to describe this guy.
Vain. He's an asshole.